Here we go. Welcome to the Wee Dram. Apparently it's episode 25. We might be off.
Might be off one, so we should get that down though. I think you're right.
But we're doing this evening the Bunnahabhain 12. And your name is?
My name is Johnny.
And I am?
Gordy.
Excellent. And we're here together
As?
the Wee Dram. Awesome.
All right.
So what do? Well, we get together and we shoot a little episode that we put up on YouTube, which is a bit of a review, kind of a pondering. We give us some impressions of the whiskey. Without any preparation, we uncork the bottle and just experience the essence of it and just have at her. And then we get together here in the Dramcast. Dramcast. And we have a discussion about the whiskey. Because Jonathan now is nosing the whiskey and preparing himself to experience the Bunnahabhain 12.
Looking very much forward to it.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it.
Well, it sounded like it, and that's why I'm really exciid.
So
it is the Bunnahabhain 12.
Bunnahabhain 12.
We are after tonight. Do we say that, or we might have? Okay.
Bunnahabhain 12.
Bunnahabhain 12.
46.3% alcohol by volume. No natural color added. And it's unchill filtered.
So what I want to know is, was it always 46.3, even back in the day?
I read somewhere that it was a 40% whiskey.
I thought, well, at least 43. Yeah. I do not remember the 12 being that high.
No. But I think it was re-released.
Yeah.
In its sort of new format. And
how long ago? Is this like sort of with the new trend of all these other distilleries?
The re-release? Doing the same thing? I think they were saying something about in the 90s. Bunnahabhain was sort of sidelined, and then after that it was kind of like 2001, 2002. I think they started doing the new format. It might be even later than that. What do you?
I almost just
I saw that.
Man.
What do you think of the color?
It's quite dark for a non-colored.
I know.
Are you sure it's non-colored? I don't know where. Did you find it on there?
Did I find it on there? I don't think I did.
Because
I think I just read that.
No, man. I just It's too dark to be non-colored.
Well, here, hand me that Michael Broom there.
But what did he?
I think I read that today that it was or that it was natural. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. That's totally good news. And if that's the case, I wonder what kind of cask it's in to get it that color.
Yeah. Good point.
But yes, it is very dark. It's very dark, and it's kind of like a real dark, rich smell, but not something that I don't know.
So they say heavily peated malt is now being used. Bunnahabhain was peaty until the early 60s and only changed because they didn't need smoky whiskey for their blends. They tried to recreate what would have been like in the 1880s to show that it could be what people think of as an Islay whiskey. The gentle unpeated style as well. So, no, I'm not seeing anything specifically saying that it doesn't have any color added. No. But that being said, I just think that. But one way or the other, we can look at that up.
Okay,
but it does have beautiful color.
Yeah.
It has a great consistency in the glass, too. I think it looks like it hangs in there really well. What do you think of the nose?
It's very medicinal, but it could be construed as like a sea smell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But maybe that's one and the same. It's salty, right?
Salty, yeah. Salty chocolate.
Salty chocolate, definitely sweet tones.
I get a lot of sweet.
It smells good though. That's not a bad smell.
I get a lot of sweet, sort of toffee, and then I get a hint of the whatever that sherried fruit is.
Yeah, the more you smell it, the more you pick up on that.
Yeah. No, that becomes
higher
like I said. I've been through this a bit now, and it's just all over that now.
Right. Yeah.
Creamy chocolate.
Not in a
toffee.
bad way though. Not in
no, moving
like
to
a classic sense. Of the sherry. All right, I gotta give it a shot. Cheers. That has a big, strong flavor.
It's pretty good, eh?
On first taste, and that's like the last one did that to me too. The last Bunnahabhain we had, The first taste I loved, so I'm not going to get too excited yet. But it's always when you hear somebody else talk about it, it's kind of got a uniqueness going on, but still Isla in the rough sense. Like
Yeah, it's a little
it's heavy and it's kind of raw, but it has its own thing going. It almost reminds me of Lachig, like only in the sense of what it does in its region.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Kind of sticks out from the rest. It's not a perfect Scotch, but it's got a lot going on.
Well, note the mouthfeel on this taste.
Very thick. It feels great.
Cold and creamy. It fills
Creamy.
you up. Really.
Yeah. You taste the chocolate still in there.
Yeah.
That's that. And if that's got a lot of sherry in it, I could be totally off here, but that's the way it should be done.
I hear you. I think the sweetness creates a parameter rather than a dominant flavor. You know, it's not. It's not just it's not the most dominant thing but it's like a nice packaging to something inside. You know, something inside that you really focus on, but then you still have that sherry perimeter happening. Or at least for me, when I drink it. It's not a dominant characteristic, but it's an accent that is constant, a constant accent.
If I'm speculating here, I'm going back to when we had it years and years ago. The just upping the alcohol content was a really good thing to do.
I would agree.
Makes you, again, it's at 46 for me. It's the magic number. It makes me wonder why they all don't do it. Because on a whole, and I guess it's not true for them all. It's not true for them all, but for, I would say, a good 70% of them, they're always going to offer something different. They're going to be carving out their own corner of a little flavor. And that is what I love. And that's what I wish. I mean, ultimately, wouldn't that be great if that's the way they all were?
At 46?
At 46, but they all like had that much more punch to their original flavor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, don't chill filter it. This is our total and complete essence you're tasting, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can bring it down by water when it comes out of a cask strength, which I think is fine because, let's face it, generally...
A little bit.
Yeah, most cask strengths require something.
That is good.
You know, I'm glad you enjoy it so much.
Honestly, again, I was hoping for a bummer.
Yeah. Why though?
Well, just because like I'm wondering if I'm getting too soft on them.
Yeah, but we weren't particularly kind on the last Bunnahabhain.
No, that's true. And you go back to the ones we didn't really like. And
no, there's definitely ones that you rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they deserve to be.
You know.
Yeah, but this, does a lot of stuff right. I would like to kind of know about that color thing.
Well,
but it doesn't matter.
We can work that out.
Figure that
It'll
out.
you can definitely do those on the show notes for the YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, you know, I guess it's on us to do a little more work, but I just assumed it was, you know, in fact, I would put money down that I heard in a Ralphie podcast or somewhere because I'm so certain of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have a doubt in my mind. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that it 100% is no.
It's not that I doubt you. I'm just wondering.
No,
how does that
in fact,
work?
now that I think about it, I think I did hear this on a Ralphie podcast when I heard him do this. So again, I stand to be corrected, but I think at this point I feel pretty confident that it is what it is, which makes so again, I feel more confident that it really is a 4 because it has this beautiful color. It has a really nice viscosity to it. It has an interesting, inviting nose and a beautiful mouthfeel with plenty of flavor. And it's not, I mean, it's just over $100. So to me, it works out well as a 4-star whiskey. And I love that it complements other Islas that you could, now you could start thinking of an Isla trail where you wind your way toward the Ardbeg, Lagavulin and Lafroig corner and, allow all the other ones to be something too, right?
Yeah.
Kalila's a top-notch whiskey. Bunnahabhain 12 is a good, really good whiskey, if not top-notch. Bowmore is a classic that, might be a little just under in some ways, but it's just top-notch in so many other ways.
We just got to experiment a little more with Brook Laddie.
Yeah, I would agree.
'Cause
in
that was the only disappointing one so far.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
slight-
But we
disappointing.
cheaped out. We bought the one that.
Yeah, but still, it's it's still a representation.
I would
If
agree
that
that.
company puts out so
Well, they put out the
comparing the other
Octomore.
one, the Nin, I'm never gonna the Grenia,
Ena Karena
Aina Grenia,
or whichever. Yeah.
when they put that one out, like that one was. It had something because both of us kind of liked it at the beginning, then we trailed off afterwards. But it's a representation of what they do,
Yeah.
and
It's
I don't
another
know.
expression.
I guess it'd be
Well, I think the point, if you're going to drive it back to the Brook Laddie, is we got the cheapest, the classic Laddie, and it's a high alcohol by volume, and it's an interesting whiskey, but we haven't put any money into the Brook Laddies yet.
no.
And they do make the Octomore.
Yes,
they do some
that's out of
pretty
reach a little bit though.
Yeah, a
but
little
what
expensive.
is their staple? What's their?
I don't know. They have to have a 12 though. You would think.
Did they have a 12? Did they have a 10? Or
I think they.
they had a 20? I know they had a 20.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I got a little one of those.
Did you?
Like at the distillery we got a little with a 2-ouncer.
That's nice.
So and then, the other one was I think it might have been a 10. I could be wrong.
Hmm.
But it doesn't matter. So I
No.
don't think they still do that one. What is their? Do they have one that has a year on it? That you
Oh,
know
I'm
of?
sure they have age statement ones. I just don't know much about them.
Like the 12, like something. What would be the comparable?
I would
Bowmore
say
12?
they have a 12, but I don't
you do?
know.
Okay, so
yeah, I
maybe
just
the
don't
12.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, we'll have
Alright,
to wait
it
and
doesn't
see.
matter.
Wait and see.
All right.
Okay.
Well-
Good stuff.
Yeah, mouthfeel. I just want to close on that. Mouthfeel. It is really good.
Yeah.
It's thick, and the only now that I'm tasting it, I do taste a little harshness in my throat, but it doesn't fill me up like a Lafroig might. Like afterwards, you taste it a little bit, but it's just more of kind of a harshness around the sides. It's not the whole when you breathe, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You're not getting the big breath of Scotch afterwards, and so
No,
that would be my only knock against
No,
it.
I would
but
agree.
I still
that,
really like it. I
it
agree
doesn't
with
have
you.
a long, complex finish at all, and it almost disappears
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, and I noticed that off the beginning too. That it was all up front, and so, and it has a great deal of complexity within that upfrontness, but it really doesn't go anywhere. The finish is what it is. It just sort of, I mean, a couple times I had sort of a spicy finish, but it seems
Yeah.
like it's not like it doesn't have a consistent finish to it.
It does have a finish, but it doesn't last.
Yeah.
But very good,
Very good whiskey.
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Would you agree with the 4? Were you,
Oh
are
yeah,
you good with
yeah,
that?
I would agree with that. I'm just happy when an Isla starts to just really show, like any Isla, because the big argument we had last time was why? Well, Isla's special, right?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of distilleries that are doing a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, and this is a good example. One that stands apart in some ways, Should we move along to the...
Doesn't matter.
I haven't even thought much about comparisons.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. Well,
You did some, homework or what?
just when we were looking back up there, I'm like, I'm gonna go with a crazy one. And now that I say crazy, I think you're gonna figure out which one it is.
That doesn't give me much to go on. Crazy.
Let me just have another look. Yeah, slow down here. Okay. So yeah, because I didn't really. You didn't think about it much?
I usually I have something in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one I could, so I have one that I'd be really interested in doing, and I could make a good case for it. I have
Good.
another one that I just have a sort of like, I just kind of want to do it. I don't really have a good enough reason, so I don't think that one's going to stick, but I don't mind talking about that. So
Cool.
I'll give you 2 that I have.
I'm pathetic. I can't even think of a second one, so I just have one. I'm gonna fight really hard for it.
Okay. Well, do you want to start then?
Hold on, maybe I got another one.
Okay, maybe
no, I
maybe
got
I
two.
can go 2 too, maybe.
All right.
But just so you know, the Bowmore 15 is not on. You'd have to use the 12 because we haven't put 15 into the mix yet.
No, I'm not. I'm not thinking. I was thinking that it was the 12.
Okay, the Bowmore 12.
Yeah, that was
and I
one
could-
of them.
I
But that
could
was
go-
my second.
Okay, well let's talk
second
about
choice.
that one a little bit.
Okay.
Why? Why does that work?
Only because it's an Isla and it's sort of a base. It's the same year. It's their base model. It's the one
Yeah.
that everybody would buy. So it's a comparable Scotch on Isla that
Yeah.
they're about the same. They should be about the same.
It'd be the price point for the Bowmore is a little better.
Right.
Yeah,
That's true.
But generally, I would agree. That's a really nice comparison
And
Scotch.
and what is the difference? Sorry again. What are we talking? Like $20? No.
About 25.
25 more for this.
Yeah. So it's a big jump up, right?
Well, I think
And
that
Bowmore
would
got
make
a
it
4,
good
but
test.
Bowmore got a 4 too because it was so affordable. So you can see why that works out.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your next one?
My next one was the Bunnahabhain Nina
Yeah.
Reina. Really?
Yeah, I
Yours
like
was
that
too.
one a lot, though. I think that, are you going to fight hard for that one?
That was the one I would fight
Interesting.
hard for.
Okay, because I think I can go with that. So just so you know, we can find some common ground. That's cool. Because it makes a lot of sense in
It
a lot
does.
of ways.
It wasn't like we planned it, but it just
No.
so happens to like, you know what? Let's try that one back to back and see if we can taste the essence of Bunnahabhain in both of them, like that.
Okay, so
Maybe-
that takes me down to 1 then. The Macallan 12.
Oh, you have one more.
Yeah, the Macallan 12
Oh.
double cask. Just because I enjoyed it, I thought it was really enjoyable, and it has, more of that sherried flavor. And it would be maybe fun to tease out the sherry in a way that I kind of liked it, with sherry in a way that would be just fun to tease out. So that's one.
That's
like
a
I
good
said,
case.
Yeah, it'd
actually
be
made me
fun.
wanna-
It'd be fun just to see where we could make them work together a bit. Because I'd want to drink some sherry with sherry, but I don't want to do like a Dalmore or a
No.
Town
Those
Dew.
don't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because this isn't that.
Yeah, no.
No, you want something that can kind of taste like it, but see which is better. But you've made a really good case for Macallan. I never even thought of that. But
But Bowmore makes a lot of sense
I
too.
kind of want to taste one. Well, the Bowmore, yeah, but I mean the Bunnahabhain.
Yeah, let's
I
just
really
do
want to
that
taste.
other
But at the
Bunnahabhain.
same time, it would be good to take something in a completely different direction.
Yeah, try some. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like that might be fun too. But
No, let's
both
do
of them are
the
good. I
Arena
almost want to
Grena.
do them all.
Let's do the arena.
I keep pushing
Grena.
for let's do 2 comparison scotches.
Yeah, I don't
but
think that
we
just
can't
could-
do it.
We didn't even bring
It's
enough
not
glasses
good.
down.
No, it's not possible. It's just not right.
Yeah,
It's right.
it could
If
be
as
right.
long
We could
as
have
you
it. We
start
should
with
have a special night where we do a threesome.
it. All right. Yeah. That'll be a new segment. Every once in a while.
The
just
threesome. Yeah, right. Do the sleazy music.
Comparison. Scotch.
Yes.
And now I'm wondering
Was
if this is even going to be close.
Well, it had some time to.
Yeah. Well, that's true. It's sat and oxidized slightly. That's a good point.
Is that enough?
Much lighter in color, right?
Is that good?
Well, okay, let's pour more. There's a whole liter there.
All right. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's kind of neat that we're going back to back. Just test it with. That's the first of its kind. Ooh, that's a different
Totally
smell
different
altogether.
nose.
Let's.
Way less.
Yeah, you're right.
Way
lighter.
less. Way lighter. It doesn't have.
It's not an appealing nose.
Nope, not in the same
it's
way
more
at
like
all.
rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, definitely more medicinal. Well, that's good because at least we weren't over trumping this, on the last one because we really did have apprehensions about it. Now, we haven't tasted it yet.
No, but it's.
We're just blasting it on the nose a bit. But let's face it, other than the Lachig, there's very few where you've had like a nose you didn't like too much and then the whiskey followed up with something really special.
So you thought the Lachik smelled funny?
I didn't think it smelled funny. I just didn't find the nose like inviting or enjoyable or to be like to reveal much of what I was about to taste when I actually tasted the Lachig.
Right.
Lachig definitely killed it on the flavor. All right, let's get back to the Grena Reinach.
It's not getting any better on the nose.
No, the more you nose it, it almost tastes worse. Like or smells like it almost has like a sour note to it, a little bit of a like a
Yeah, I get that.
like a bandage or something. I know that's harsh, but I'm
That's
sorry.
really gross. It's
Yeah.
like so gangrene.
I didn't mean to take it into rotting body parts. No, I didn't mean to take it there. But you often
Yeah, you
hear
could.
you often hear people talk about like walking through a medical ward.
Yeah,
you know?
well, exactly. It's like
This-
it's been
this
an
has that,
antiseptic's
yeah.
been poured over everything.
Yeah, that's what this is. Okay, well we've certainly nosed it enough. Let's have a taste.
All right.
Okay, you ready? It's kind of interesting.
Actually, it has some good punch and fire at the back end.
Yeah. But
Okay,
it's
not as crappy as I thought it was going to be.
Not as crappy as the nose would have kind of. So it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't like it
Are
compared
you
to.
getting the sweetness now? Like now that I've had it, it's like there's too much sweetness in the.
Well, I'm wondering where that sweetness is coming from, though. It might be a little lingering from the Bunnahabhain 12. I just think this has. Let's have another sip before we really get into talking about it, because I don't want to. I'm wondering how much the Bunnahabhain 12 is still in my mouth.
Well, we need like a chaser of some sort.
No, we just need to drink this over it a bit. Really, think about it. It'll start to dominate. It just takes a few sips to really establish this one without, because I'm just thinking it's getting either that or it's not that good. I'm sorry, but this is where I'm at right now.
Right. That's horrible. I like it. I like it.
But I kind of like it. I like what it does. It has one similarity to the Bunnahabhain 12 where it does the fade away and kind of like reemerges. So it has that complexity note that I really appreciate in a whiskey. But I don't think it has near the complexity or definitely doesn't have the mouthfeel, doesn't have the nose, doesn't have any of those sweet overtones that the Bunnahabhain 12 does. It's just sort of like a kind of a like shooting on one cylinder or one set of lights or one color parameter. Like it's like very controlled,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not.
I see what you're saying.
It just doesn't stand up to the Bunnahabhain 12 at all.
Yeah, it does have a kind of a nice, lovely punch in the middle, but that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't last with you.
No,
Isn't it interesting though how you think like both of them are the same strength, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's
non-chilled filter, all the same setup.
same company, same.
I can see the same strength. That's the one thing again. I
Yeah.
can see that.
But wouldn't you say the mouthfeel is better? I always
the mouthfeel is
attribute
not
it.
even close.
the mouthfeel is better in the 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
way more going on in the mouth
Uh-huh.
overall, and it
That's
just,
what I agree.
it starts with the mouthfeel and extends into the different flavors that you get, and the intensity levels of the flavors. This
Yeah.
lacks in intensity. It has a bit of complexity and a bit of strength, but it lacks all other characteristic in comparison.
It's too yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's try another. Maybe by the third it'll be all on this one.
It's a good one to punch around in the mouth because it does have a punch. It has a good punch everywhere.
Yeah.
It's got a good.
That one
Maybe
that
not
one tasted
peppery.
a bit more. That one got me a little more like a little more of its own flavor. But again, it's so far off from the other one.
And it washes out with a sugary flavor at the end,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It just sort of kind of ruins it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Smell.
I don't know if I get the sugary so much as like, I get more of a drier feel to it. Like, yeah.
No, I'm just
Oh.
like I just smelt this one. I smelt the.
Oh, you
the
went
12
back to the
again.
other one?
Just
Oh,
smell
yeah.
the 12. Just smell it. Sorry. I didn't
Oh
mean to
yeah.
step
Hey.
on it. It just smells so much better.
So much fuller.
Yeah.
So
and
much more.
Now
going
I
on.
can
a
smell
real
peat
story.
in there
There's
actually.
now you get a bit of the smoke.
Yeah. Well, peat. Sometimes I have a hard time distinguishing between
Yeah,
the two.
yeah, I know. I do
but
too.
I do
I
find
use them interchangeably,
Yeah,
and
I do.
I shouldn't.
But sometimes you go, oh no, that's more peat than it is
Yeah.
smoke, right? I'm
And when you
getting
say
this-
peat, do you have like it's like a moss like thing?
yeah, earthy.
Yeah.
Very, very much earthy. Rather
Yeah.
than burnt. Burnt would be smoky, right? Of course.
Oh my goodness. Just have a little sip of that. Just let it go onto your tongue. Like so delicious.
So much better.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
even.
But
It's good to do it that way because that really shows it.
And you taste the Bunnahabhain kind of stable flavor that is underlying. You kind of get that a little bit, but this one does it so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does.
Yeah. It's stereo sound. It's IMAX. It's 4K.
4K.
It's all that. Yeah.
But it's you know what? Surprised. I would get that again.
Oh, for sure.
And do we know, is the 12 less money?
I don't know. It's hard to.
I would, if it's less money, then it's a solid 4
Oh, yeah.
for sure. Like, it's already a 4, but although you're right. Oh, didn't you say it was more expensive than the 12?
I thought it would be, but I don't have a way of proving it. You know, again, it's one of these.
Can we
travel,
buy this here?
What the?
Can we buy the 12 here? I know
The
we could. We
Bunnahabhain
used
12?
to be able to.
Yeah,
for
you can
years.
go. I can get it.
Well, I
yeah,
can find out
there's
right
like
now.
5. I've got it at 5 or 6 stores in BC,
Okay, well
and
then
including at 39th and Cambry. That's where I bought this one. I bought that here.
well, that's easy to find out.
Yeah.
But it would be good to find out, like, 'cause if the Narina Gregna, sorry, I'm gonna butcher it every time. If it's more expensive, that's no good.
Well, and I think it might be, but I don't know how to prove it. And the only reason I have that too is just because of the travel exclusivity line thing.
Okay, here it is. I think it's on sale.
The Bunnahabhain
Currently, the Bunnahabhain 12 is on sale, so it's regularly
$89.99. Yeah.
Yeah, that's before tax.
And how much now?
84.
Oh wow, $5 off. Nice.
Yeah.
little- Like that.
You know, if you're gonna
eats
buy
into
it,
eats into your taxes anyway.
yeah. And the Bowmore, right? Do we know exactly how much the Bowmore is? Bowmore 12 is on sale as well for 56.
56 is a good price, eh?
It's 59, right? Well, they're both on sale for about
And then
what,
Lafroig.
$4 or $5.
Lafroig's on sale from 69 down to 64, I think.
Still a better deal. That's the best one.
What the Lafroig deal? Yeah, for sure.
You know, did you see how much the quarter cask went up?
Oh yeah. Yes,
Holy
I
smokes!
know.
Like that surprises me. We got one here, right?
Yeah, we got that
Because
one
that'll
from
be.
Edmonton.
There's no way that's gonna taste better. Anyway, which one are you going for now?
I'm back on the less interesting one. Because as soon as I smell it, it's like I don't even like the nose anymore.
Yeah, just hold them both. Let's do them both.
No, I can't.
Do you want to do a dark segment?
I don't
We're gonna
need
have to introduce that.
Oh, the dark segment's a good idea. Dark segment. We turn out all the lights and we drink the whiskey in the dark. To accentuate the characteristics of the whiskey and to minimalize any distractions.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. A low stone fence.
Gentlemen.
Ah, gentlemen. This is, I don't even want to smell this one. It's an unappealing nose.
It goes
can
down
go-
so bad. You're right. Like
I can
comparing
go
them
to the
side by
point now
side.
where it's like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I feel like when I nose that, I'm like, why would I even bother?
Yeah.
It's that bad. Like, I'm sorry. I do like drinking it, and I enjoy the similarities of complexity, but it just loses out on so many departments. It's like, it's just getting destroyed here. This might be the most one-sided comparison scotch we've ever had.
which is weird.
Yeah.
Because it's from the same family.
I know.
And this, it does like.
Like, I don't want to pick up that
12?
glass and drink it.
12 is just lovely. And then the other one,
It's
which
almost
I'll
a
never say the name,
turn-off.
it's just rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
It makes it smell like rubbing alcohol more so.
And not even, it's like tainted rubbing alcohol somehow. Somehow it's like,
Maybe with a touch of lemon.
that's being
A
kind.
cleanser.
That is being kind. I would put it. I can't even say it. It's just so rude.
Go ahead.
No.
You can always edit it.
No. Mortuary.
You look like a gangrene.
I do. I'm
rotting
sorry.
flesh.
I can't avoid it. It's just like, it's like the wrong kind of medicinal.
Yeah, and the 12 is incredibly balanced and inviting. Wow, that's really nice. Love it. Can I have some more?
Yes, you may. Drink some more.
I like that. Put that one aside.
I know. We
gonna
got
have
Here,
some?
let's get rid of these then. We're not going back to this one.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We'll just
We're
serve
just
this
gonna
to
be a
others.
comparison scotch.
We'll serve this to people who come by. Oh, I'll have something interesting for you.
Try this one.
Try this morning light. It's really, really good. Just don't smell it.
Just don't smell it. I was going to say that. Ugh.
Not quite. Oh. But yeah, up there with like, not comparable. Yeah.
Wow, it's great. I love clear winners.
Yeah, and just delicious whiskeys. Delicious.
Oh, I'm so excited that this one's good. Because I really kind of, I don't know, I balked at it a little bit. I didn't really want to try it.
You weren't super excited.
Wasn't super excited, but once I saw it up there, I'm like, I am kind of excited now. Because it's an Isla. Things have changed, you know. Your taste and your flavor preferences grow. And you got to be excited about it. It's like the last, when you said, you know, it's just exciting to explore. something on Isla that you haven't had.
Totally.
For a long time, or really remember, or anything like that.
Well, and given that the last one, I mean, here's a question: should we have tried the Bunnahabhain first, the 12th, and then moved on to the Morning Light? In terms of getting it right for like an order. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, in hindsight, you could say that. Yeah, I would
but,
say that.
But not because you want, like, a really good way to look at it is like, well, we got the better one second, so it's like we're lucky that we waited for it because it's like more of a treat.
Yeah.
But the other way to look at it is
hindsight.
more like you should have had the real one first.
Yeah.
No?
Maybe, yeah.
Because
no,
maybe it would
you
be
have a
terrible
point. You could argue
disappointment
that.
for like the second one. Then.
You could argue that, but at the same time, it makes it more exciting to do it the other way around. Like, we didn't know.
No, we didn't.
We didn't really know. We're just like, Bunnahabhain, let's just do it this way. I think it's still a good call.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything lost there. Just, you have one afterwards. How many times have you had one after and you go back to the other one, it's better, it doesn't really matter.
No, that's true. What do you think about just allowing the Bunnahabhain 12 to be in the bottle for a bit and coming back to it the next time we taste it? It could be even flush its characteristics out more.
I'm excited for that. I mean, they don't get worse.
No, they
Right?
don't. I mean, unless I think if you leave them in the bottom fourth of the bottle for too long, eventually you're going to lose them.
Or something. No, I just don't. Yeah, they always say they just open up.
Generally get better.
Yeah, we'll always go back to the Kalila for that one.
Totally.
But
Thank you, Kalila, for teaching us that.
Yeah. But for this one, I'm super excited about it. I would get that again. I would like to have that. Oh, I mean, if you're gonna have an Isla collection, you'd have them all, I guess. But
well, yeah, and I think
something from every.
Well, where else? That's a great point. Then, where should we go next on Isla?
Can't we get the Port Ellen? Are they all super out of range?
Like the disabled one, the one that's gone.
Well, I don't know, man. They keep selling it. I don't know how they keep selling it.
The ones
They
I
just
see
keep
that
having
for
it.
sale are thousands of dollars, though. They have some at
I think there's been
the
a cheaper
signature.
one than that.
Really?
Maybe not. I'm not sure. It's probably too much.
We have to get somebody else to give it to us.
Anyhow, okay, what else is there?
On
I mean, we
Isla?
haven't actually done an R-bag officially yet, which is
We haven't
still-
done our beg. We haven't done.
Is that a 10?
We haven't even done Lefroy.
Some good ones still to go. It's a great journey.
Totally. And not to mention, you could talk about Lagavulin Distillery Edition.
12?
Yeah, Lagavulin
I am
12,
so
which
interested
everybody,
to do that.
and that sells like crazy. Everybody loves that stuff.
They just keep producing it. Wouldn't you like to taste a really strong Lagavulin? And I know we've had it. I just cannot remember it.
Just like, I mean, people talk about Talisker 18 being like the finest whiskey.
18?
Talisker 18, the best whiskey you can buy.
I have never heard of that.
I've seen that a number of times lately. I know. It's just so exciting to think like, well, and it's so...
How much is that?
Exactly. Probably $200 or $300, I'm sure. Like, how much is the Talisker 57 worth?
About 174, I think.
So you can only imagine what a Talisker 18 would cost.
So you think it would be more than that?
I think so. Like, probably a lot more.
But if you double if you double the 10, I don't know, maybe. But I would try it. But it's the same. Why wouldn't you try that?
Totally.
Of course you'd try that. If you could.
If you could buck up. Well, should we move on to the
Quote of the night.
William Faulkner? I think Faulkner wrote. Wasn't he the guy that did like Hawaii and Alaska and like all those
No.
books that would have been on your parents?
Isn't that
Mitchner.
James Mitchner?
James Mitchner. You're right. What did Faulkner write?
I'm not sure.
He is from Oxford, Mississippi. The sound and the fury as I lay dying, light in August. So it's kind of a poet.
Okay.
All right, so his quote of the night. My own experience has been that the tools I need for my trade are paper, tobacco, food, and a little whiskey. William Faulkner.
William Faulkner.
So what do you think about that?
Well, he's clearly a writer,
Yeah.
and he's laid out the tools of the trade that he needs.
Right.
And they all kind of make sense to me. I do like the way those fit together. Now, lately, I've been trying to do some writing.
Yeah.
And I find that, all that kind of stuff,
getting fed.
Well, yeah, you gotta have your your tools. I mean, the alcohol always helps a little bit to loosen you up if you have a little sip after you do a little work. Whether
Yeah.
you're penning it or typing it in. I think it's one of the simple pleasures of life.
Mm-hmm.
Or a couple of them all put together. But those kind of things, I think, really help you put you in in a relaxed frame of mind.
So you think that inspires the creative output of an author, somebody who's trying to create from their mind and just sort of sit within a space and come up with some sort of an expression to share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it opens up the mind or at least it relaxes the mind a little bit. We've talked about quantity and all that before, but it does. It just relaxes you.
Yeah.
It's a very social thing, to bring it all back to that thing, but it also helps you, in probably any kind of writing form, it breaks down your inhibitions and allows you to just kind of proceed with, the real you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and I think that's the creative spirit, is to unleash that, or to allow it to have its moment, is you do have to kind of ground yourself. So I think the writer's tools in this part probably, to allow yourself to be in a state to just simply create and express, I guess that's, it's important to take care of yourself in a sense, or prime yourself, I suppose. To have a cigarette or to have a drink takes you away from the actual craft of writing, but also gives you a moment to reflect, think about, reposition, maybe recalibrate a certain point, and might even inspire a certain chapter, a new place to begin, or how you can relate one idea to, bring out a notable expression, something that really could be meaningful, or, have a little moment that you can remember your work by,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A simple quote, though, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
To the point.
Again, it's a person's personal experiences, and if you can tap into any of that, you can kind of relate. Because whiskey in my life is actually it's been an important and kind of a fun endeavor. Something that it's a hobby. You can look at it and you can sort of explore it. There's so much to explore, so much to enjoy. And you can come to, it's just a fun thing to engage in every once in a while. It is sort of an escape from day-to-day life, but it's it's another one of those things that you can just have an adventure with. There's an excitement in it, trying new stuff, coming across new flavors that really sort of pique your interest. There's nothing else like Scotch.
Yeah, well, I would agree, and I think it's a great drink to ponder with. If you need to just take a moment, whether you're with company or not. But I think about the times where I've been by myself, just having a drink and just truly relaxing on my own, and allowing my mind to do what it needs to do, and just take some time away from something. It's a pause and a moment, whether you're really tasting and experiencing, or whether you're just kind of mindlessly sipping while you're doing what needs to be done in your own mind. Both work, right? One is a distraction, and one is just sort of a distraction, but like in a distraction where you can do your own mental work,
It causes all your senses to pay attention to what's going on, right? And you kind of clears the mind a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good way, a little reset. Yeah, I would agree with that. Well, where are we heading in the future?
What's next?
Yeah.
I think we are going to breach the Aberfeldy.
Is it time?
It's time for the Aberfeldy.
We're going to take down the Aberfeldy, eh?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe this is one we can hate on.
Well,
but maybe not.
Maybe
it'll be a surprise.
Yeah. It doesn't come with a lot of fanfare, does it? But it's
uh,
up, and it's one that's out there, and it's one that should be reviewed.
Yeah,
we'll give it a try.
It's been around. It's always been something that we had way back when. I know we did.
Yeah.
But again, it was just sort of left there on the bar. Unless everything else is getting really low, that's the only time you tap into that guy. So it's not a super exciting one, but it's trying them all now, renewed in this new sort of Wee Dram thing that we've got going here. It is exciting.
Yeah.
Still exciting.
Yeah. Well, it'd be great to sort it out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a super expensive whiskey, and it's one to, it's one to put up on the wall and just give it a go. And if it is good, or if it's better than you think it is, then it's going to be a pleasant surprise. And if it is what you think it is, well, it's still going to be a drink of whiskey, and I'm sure we'll appreciate it.
It's still whiskey.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here once again and joining us for the conversation.
Yeah, look how you look over there. You turn
People
your
are out
direction.
there.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you. And you've been there from the beginning.
Still the same three, but that's good.
Yes. Consistency means something. All right.
Thanks for listening.
All the best. So long, Shabbat.
Wee Dram.
What did you do?
I poked you and you're like, hang in, poke me.
Hey, come on.
I don't want to be poked.
So the poking.